14A District Court for Washington County, State of Michigan. Back in session, Your Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson is presiding.
All right, you may be seated. Court does call the case of Evergreen Apartments versus Jermaine Magna. Case is dismissed on plaintiff's motion. That's without prejudice.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I
That's not wrong one.
looked at I looked at the notes. I think, Your Honor, I can't dismiss. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Your Honor, I have a balance still on this account of $621.
You were sworn in earlier, correct?
I believe so.
Yes, I think that you were. All
Your
right,
Honor, I'm
go ahead.
gonna redo this again. I see that we did submit a dismissal already on this case.
On which case?
On Jermaine Manga.
You submitted a dismissal?
I think he paid today. He paid $622. I'm sorry.
So it is dismissed.
Yeah, I probably
Okay.
I won't go back on that one now.
All right. Case is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
Thank you.
Very good. Evergreen Apartments versus Tiffany Cryer.
I am sure that this one is a dismissal.
All right. Case is dismissed. That's without prejudice on plaintiff's motion. Evergreen Apartments versus Rafiq Abdeltelli.
Your Honor, plaintiff moves to dismiss this.
Oh.
We will submit a dismissal.
Evergreen versus, is it Migdalia Gonzalez?
Elaine Ingen for plaintiff.
Hello,
Good evening.
what's your name?
Migdalia Gonzalez.
All right. How much is owing on this?
I have a balance including court costs of $1,715.52.
1,715.52.
Yes, sir.
All right. You brought it down quite a bit.
I did. I made
Yeah.
a payment yesterday.
So when can you get the rest of this?
I can get the rest of the balance March 27th.
Okay.
Because right now I'm working, last week I only worked 5 hours. So there's always like a gap in my job where we take time off. I would like more time just in case. They already spoke to us and they told us that next week we're gonna start with the 40 hours again. I did start another job.
Okay.
I don't want to say I'm gonna pay it and then I won't pay it.
No, I got it. I got you. So let's do this. By March 13th, how much of the 1715 can you have? You think?
Like 600.
600? And then you think you can pay this amount, this balance, the rest of that off by the 27th
Yes.
of March? All right. And then what are you going to do with March's rent?
I wanted to see if they can give me an extension for that.
Okay. Here's what I'll do, because March's rent isn't in this right now. Okay. So I'm going to do it this way for her, because she paid she told me, and the reason I'm doing this is the last hearing, she told me she'd have 500 paid. She paid way more than the 500 trying to get this caught up. So I'm going to do a little bit of something for you here. I'm going to enter a judgment for this, for the 1715.52. Okay.
Okay.
That's so that I call it just freezing the number. So I don't have to deal with March.
Okay.
Okay. And with the writ date of the 13th of March, if defendant pays $600 by that 13th of March, then the writ date is extended to the March 27th. What I just did, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, so I'm giving you time to pay. You just have to pay that 600 by the 13th.
Mhm.
And then you're gonna have to the 27th to get the rest of this paid up.
Okay.
Okay, and that none of this has anything to do with March.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna have to talk to them about March, but
Okay.
this will give you a shot at getting yourself caught up.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Have a good day.
You do the same. She's gonna prepare a judgment.
Alright,
No, it's okay. Evergreen Apartments versus Hadassah Figueroa.
Jillian Engen for please.
Good afternoon. Your name?
Including
All right, where are we on hers?
court costs, I have $1,595.62. I do have a note that Ms. Figueroa is been trying to apply to the AHC, Anawara Housing Commission, AGCP program. But it's my understanding that
There's still some missing documents in there. But I also spoke with Hawk earlier this morning, and I was able to get an appointment for March 16th with them.
So did they send you over to the Housing Commission or no?
When I,
They're gonna send her over to the Housing Commission, I think.
yeah,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
sorry, no, when I reached out initially to see what organizations I could contact, I contact both the HEPP HEP organization, and then earlier this morning, I decided to move on with Hawk to see what they could do for me, and they, as of right now, I only have just the appointment for March 16th.
And the Housing Commission, they want paperwork from you.
Yes, I've provided 2 out of the, I believe, 3 documents that they asked for, including my ID, my last 2 pay stubs. And yeah,
And they'll pay up to 3.
they might be having a hard time getting documents from Susanna.
yes, that is an
From
issue.
who?
Susanna.
That's my mother. She refuses to provide any documentation. So I'm kind of in a predicament. But as far as payment, I don't mean to cut you off, my apologies.
No.
As far as payments that I can make, next Friday I do get paid. I can make as much as possibly $700 to $800 to get that balance down by a little.
By the 6th, do you mean? And then, how much is your monthly rent?
1,209.
Your Honor, once March hits, still gonna be under $3,000.
They still will be.
Yep, and so with that, with the payment from Ms. Figueroa, it'll keep it below 3,000.
Okay. Well, is your mother just not giving anything at all?
Well, earlier this morning, when we were on the phone with the representative with Hawk, she did provide information to them. So we were both able to make something work. That's how I got the appointment for March.
Okay,
So
you just have to work on her.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, all right, I got you. I'll adjourn this out March 13th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Just make sure to make that payment on the 6th.
Understood. Question, is that in person or?
In person.
In person, okay.
All
Understood.
right,
Thank you.
thank you. No, versus Ashley Jones.
Hello.
What were you telling that other person?
Nothing.
Who's that?
My friend Ashley.
What were you like telling her? Haha, I got coffee.
No.
Oh, no, okay. Didn't like that they were telling secrets. All right. What's her account?
Your Honor, so I have a balance including court costs of 4,913. And then, Your Honor, I did speak with Ashley and we talked about, she's getting her income tax refund next month. And she's been working really hard to get this amount paid down. And so if Your Honor wants to adjourn it.
Okay. I don't know if they received my payment yet from, my job. It was 3503. They did say that I talked to the person who was, because my case has to be confidential, but I talked to the person that was processing it, and she did say that all the signatures were submitted for the payment. So, and I did just pay $627 today. So I have the receipt.
So you pay, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, so let's do this. I'll adjourn this to March 13th, 2026 at 1 p.m.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
You too. Thank you so much.